Hi, my chingonas. How are all of you today? I know it's been a little while since I've been on. Life has just gotten a little busy, work, and everything that comes along with life. That's part of what our channel is about chronicling our life as women and what goes on in our lives, and just kind of sharing with each other. So I was kind of hoping that with that I would have some subscribers or some women that I know, or even people that follow us on other platforms like Instagram and Facebook, and TikTok and other things, that they would start stepping up and kind of maybe sharing their stories. I know sometimes it's a little hard for us to open up and tell a little bit about our lives and our stories because there are so many touchy subjects and things that go on in our lives that we're not ready to share, especially to strangers. But sometimes that helps. Sometimes if it's a lot harder to talk to someone about it than maybe put it on a public platform, because you never know who you might help, because you never know who might be impacted and going through the same situation that you are, and then just kind of resonate with what you're going through, and then maybe have some hope through what you're doing or through your progress, and then be inspired. But that said, since we are working on building that, and we are looking for other women to kind of step up to the plate and share their journeys with us, in the meantime, I'm going to do what I know how to do best, and that's talk. So I'm going to be sharing with you all my journey through womanhood. Let's see, where do I begin? I've recently, I'm going through a situation. I was married for 25 years. After 25 years of marriage, I found out that my spouse had been unfaithful for the last 3 of those 25. And, I had gotten a little bit heavier. I had weighed well into the mid 200s. And, it was a hard time for me. I was in a women's empowerment group and a women's volunteer group called the Rockabilly Mafia Dolls. So shout out to those girls. They do an amazing job. They're doing great work in the community. They help the homeless, the different organizations that they volunteer and partner with, food banks and whatnot, women's shelters, human trafficking, just a bunch of things that they're involved in. And if you get a chance, go check them out with the Rockabilly Mafia Dolls. They have, I want to call them chapters, but they're not chapters anymore, but they have places where you can participate with them, give them a look them up. The other thing is, as a result of that, and kind of having done that for a while, it was helpful, it was motivating. But then the pandemic hit, and during the pandemic was when I found out about the infidelity in my marriage. And I don't want to say it crushed me. I will say it was something that I was not expecting. It was something that I knew had been a long time coming, because the signs were all there. But nonetheless, that's another story for another day. What I want to focus on today is my rebuilding, and something that I love very dearly once said at the beginning of all this was, you're going through the emancipation of Evie, because at that point, when they met me, I was going by, I was still going by Angie, but during that course of that time, I was in a whole transition with my life, and I started going by Evie. So that's where EVG comes from. My name is super long. It's hard to pronounce. It has a beautiful meaning, but again, it is super hard to pronounce. So I go by EVG. Those that know me that are close to me, they call me Angie. That have known me for a long time, they call me Angie, because that's what I grew up as. But for everybody out there in the cyberspace, in the Twitter world, in the not Twitter, for those of you that are in cyber platforms, I go by EVG, and that's what I make. You know how people have their preferred pronouns? I have my preferred pronoun, which is EVG. So if you know me, address me by Evie on these social media platforms, and that's what I go by. But anyway, my dear beloved one said it's the emancipation of Evie. So long story short, I started rediscovering who I was. I don't really want to say rediscovering, as in going back to who I was, but more than anything, kind of taking off the layers of who I had become. during COVID. COVID was, I know that there's a lot of people, and this is a sensitive subject because a lot of people lost loved ones to COVID. And it wasn't something to joke about, but COVID helped me in the sense that I lost weight as a result of COVID. I lost 30 pounds and then kept the momentum going, lost another 40. So I'm in a comfortable place. I've recently started gaining back a little bit of the inches, simply because of my lifestyle. I'm happy. I'm in love again. I'm doing a lot of things that are making me happy. And so, as a good Latina woman, everything that's happiness surrounds around food. Serving people, making food, eating food. So it's just been a great journey with that, but it's bringing back some of the, double, triple chins and a little bit of the girth in the midsection. And yes, I did get a tattoo. I will talk about that in another episode. But what I wanted to come on here and talk to you all about was the fact that it's never too late to start over. It's never too late to not rediscover yourself, but kind of reevaluate who you are, where you're at, and what you're doing, and what you want out of life. Through this process, I realized that I had really lost who I was, the essence of who I was. And it was kind of my own doing or undoing, or whatever you want to call it. I'm the type of person that when I love somebody or I'm with somebody, I give myself 1,000%. And I am there with my person. So my person, at that point, was not the person that I was supposed to be with. And I think that was a realization for both of us. And anyways, another episode for another day. But the whole point of it is that out of this came something that was much more spectacular. The fact that I was able to take an introspective look at myself and figure out, what do I want out of life? What does the next 10, 15, 20 years look like for me? I am 52 right now. So what is, in 20 years, I'm going to be 72. What is that going to look like for me? Am I going to be old and decrepit? Or am I going to take the life, and life by the horns and just do what I want to do? Do the things that for the past 25 years I kind of put on a back burner because I was a wife, I was a mom, I was an employee, I was in ministry, with my church, and kind of just everything. I took a back seat to everything. And so, as growing up, I was always into dancing, like severely into dancing. I would dance maybe 4 out of 7 days out of the week. I was at some kind of dance, Mexican dance, obviously. Before that, I was into salsa dancing and then house parties and all of that. So I was into dance pretty much. So that's how I kept fit. I was always a thick girl, but then I dropped down to like a size 8, 10. So I was like maybe 150, 135, 150, somewhere between the 150s. But I looked a little sickly then because my body frame just doesn't carry that weight. Well, I always need to be a little bit thicker to look my absolute best. Hips, curves, I'm a thick girl. So where I'm at right now, I'm in a comfortable place. I think I need to drop down on about another 20 pounds, and I'll be at a very, very comfortable place where I feel like at my best. So in this journey, I am finding things that make me happy. I am finding things that, just tapping into removing all those layers of who I had become, removing the layers of all the names and titles and responsibilities and duties that I had become. This woman who lived to serve her community, serve her church, serve her family, serve her husband, serve her kids. My kids are both adults now. They're both self-sufficient. My ex-husband is on his own, and I'm on my own. Like I said, I rediscovered love, which is one of the things that I I dreaded going back out. And what does the dating world look like now that I'm 52 and there's, it's a whole, you don't do any dating anymore. Like when I was young, you used to go out to the club or to, just things like that and meet somebody through friends or whatever. And now it's a whole different thing. It's on the internet or, things like that. But I was very fortunate that I found someone I was extremely compatible with, and just, it's a good thing. It's a good thing. So babe, if you see this, I love you. He's very encouraging. He motivates me. He pushes me to do better. And I really love him for that. It's been a short time that we've been together, but it feels like we've been together forever. And I'm on here, and I wasn't going to talk about it, but I just want to celebrate it because it is part of the me that I'm finding again, is the ability to love again, the ability to open myself and be vulnerable. But the one thing that I am going to be talking about in my next video is this whole thing that I'm doing about belly dancing. Okay, so maybe I'll shoot some video for you guys. I'll come prepared a little bit with the whole wardrobe and the jinglies, and get in there and move and do all that and shoot some video for you guys. But in the meantime, I just kind of wanted to come on here, ramble a little bit, share with you guys a little bit of my life, the chronicles of EVG. It wouldn't be the chronicles of womanhood if the founder of this channel did not share her own chronicles of her life as a woman. So that said, thank you so much for watching these videos. Thank you so much for coming on here and just hearing me out, hearing what I have to say. Again, it's ramblings, it's things that are just in my heart, in my mind, and I appreciate you all to share this journey with me. If you find something that resonates with you, go ahead and comment below. Send me a message. I'd love to get to know you all. I'd love to hear your stories and share your stories with other women. But never be afraid to start over. That's the whole point of this video, is never be afraid to start over, and never look at a bad situation as your demise, because the thing that was meant to break you, the thing that was, and I'm sorry for my hair, it's all over the place because I was dancing, but the very thing that was meant to destroy you, the very thing that was meant to take you down, to wear you down, to cause you the most pain, might be the very thing that's going to elevate you to a different level, the very thing that's going to teach you how to love yourself again, the very thing that's going to take you and release all those chains that you've been bound by, the very thing that's going to allow you to press forward, be happy, and live your life again. So don't take that bump in the road or that thing that was meant to destroy you as the thing that is going to take you down. Take it as a blessing, because sometimes there are blessings behind it. Sometimes those things are God's way of releasing you from whatever you were in that you were too stubborn to let go of. Like I said, in my situation, we both knew it was over. We just kind of crept around it. And I think for the good of everything and everybody, it was a good thing that it happened the way it did. And I'm happy, I'm joyful, and I want to share this journey with you guys. I want to share my story and the story of my overcoming, and the story of the emancipation of Evie, and just turn the chapter and start something new and do something that I love, like digital content and digital media, and trying out new things, new hobbies, all kinds of stuff. So next time I will bring you a band rehearsal. I've been posting here and there little snippets because the person I am currently with is in a band, and I am their PR, hoping to make some waves with their music. They have, not just because I'm biased, but it is great music. It's very it's very good. I know it's a genre that you would kind of have to like it. It's an acquired taste for some people, and not everybody likes that rock and roll punk type rockabilly. I don't know, it doesn't even fit in a genre. I asked him one time, what's your genre? He said, there's no genre. It's just based on old school punk and rock and roll and some country and their roots. So in any case, check them out. They're the Sons of LA. If you haven't already, go to sonsofla.com. Check out their page. There are a couple of songs on there if you want to check them out, but I will also be posting information when they have concerts or shows or whatever. I'm still kind of trying to get in all the lingo, guys. This is all new to me, so I'll get it eventually, but I'll bring you along for the ride so you can see. I know that there's a lot of stuff that I'm going to bring you, a lot of content that you'll see. And then I will also bring you to my belly dancing class. I will take you on my camping trip. I'll take you to a whole journey with me that this entails. So hopefully you stick in there with me. Hopefully I don't bore you. Hopefully you find something that resonates with you and it helps you out, or it kind of inspires you or motivates you. If it does, go ahead, like I said, leave me a comment below, like, share, follow. I'm on Instagram, EVG_MTC on Instagram. You can find me on Facebook at EVG. I will put the links, or the link should be on my YouTube page. If not, I will make sure to put them on there next time. But in the meantime, guys, go ahead and subscribe, like, follow, put on your notifications so that you are notified every time I'm on. I've been on here long enough. It's been probably 16 minutes, almost 20 minutes of just blah, blah, blah. So I love you all. I told you the best thing that I do in this world is talk and love and eat. So I will be doing all of those things with you in coming episodes. I love you. Stay tuned. Mwah.